Well, it's been a while, but after binging the DCEU, I welcome Marvel back warmly. Hey. This movie sucks.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
After the release of the first Captain Marvel, both Brie Larson and Kevin Feige expressed interest in making a sequel. Why? Hoping to introduce the character of Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel, into the MCU. Brilliant! Another film where you have to binge an entire TV series just to understand the movie.
Not what I meant.
The character would eventually appear in her own miniseries on Disney Plus, portrayed by Iman Vellani, but in July 2019, it was officially announced that the Queen of Comatose-inducing superheroes would be getting a follow-up film. Why? Megan McDonnell was hired to produce the first draft of the script after working as a staff writer on WandaVision, but Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck, who directed the original, weren't asked to come back. Olivia Wilde and Jamie Babbitt were considered as replacement until the studio hired Nia DaCosta, making her the first black woman to direct an MCU film.
I'm glad to be here.
DaCosta was a huge fan of the comics and was reportedly given a lot of creative freedom from the studio when developing the story. Yeah, so this film was her preferred version.
That's the plan.
The director's original pitch for the film included a time travel plotline, because we haven't had enough of those yet.
No, not yet.
With Adam Warlock as one of the main antagonists. However, both ideas were denied by the studio, as Warlock was already slated to appear in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and time travel was already a big component of the Loki TV series, and Avengers Endgame, and Deadpool 2, and Indiana Jones 5, and stop doing time travel!
I didn't want this.
Filming began in July 2021, with the film set to be released in November the following year. However, this was suddenly pushed back at the last minute to July 2023, in order to make way for the cinematic abortion, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which was further along in the filmmaking process, and then again to November 2023 in order to allow for more time for reshoots and post-production. Guys, I think the universe was trying to tell you something.
I'm sorry.
But what's even funnier is that DaCosta wasn't even present for most of post-production. Because of the constant delays and schedule changes, the film's production overran into another project that she was developing, meaning that she had to leave in order to fulfill her contractual obligations. For me personally, it was that they moved the date of the film 4 different times. They knew the entire time that I had an obligation, a greenlit movie with people who were waiting for me. And I pushed that, and then I pushed it again, and then I pushed it again. Eventually, we all knew that if the Marvels pushes again, I'm not going to be in LA to do the rest of this in person. Either that, she saw the dailies and thought, fuck it.
That must have been hard.
The Marvels was released on November the 11th, 2023, and of course, it was another hit, grossing... I'm sorry, what's that? It wasn't a big hit. It was the first MCU movie to bomb at the box office. It got mixed reviews with audiences completely ripping it to shreds. We shouldn't feel bad that a known racist and rapist like Donald Trump nearly got shot in the head. Well, this is awkward.
Yep.
I will argue that it is possibly the most random and strangest film entry in the MCU so far. It's just a bizarre concept for a sequel. So Miss Marvel is given this quantum band which gives her superpowers, but she, along with Monica and Captain No Charisma herself, suddenly starts switching places with jump points. So a lot of the film is them trying to master this new ability. Because when you hear about a sequel to a high-budget blockbuster superhero movie, you want to see this! Then the evil villain Darben has the other band that is after the other one. It's all very generic.
With this, your powers only make me stronger.
Yeah, we got that. I mean, earlier in the film, you clearly drain her powers, and now it's pretty obvious that's what's happening. You really didn't need to spell it out for us.
It is unintentional.
This reminds me a lot of Aquaman 2 in the sense that someone was like, hey, we should do a second one, but they actually had no idea what to do with the second one. This was the best they could come up with? Oh, and I won't be watching Miss Marvel anytime soon because this character is the most insufferable little shit in the entire universe.
Why are hands so hard to draw?
Which, at the moment, is just me, mostly. I do have feelers out, though. Did you know Ant-Man had a daughter?
What's your name? Miss Marvel? Dude, Twinsies.
Sorry, I'm Miss Marvel actually, but I'm from Jersey City and
Anytime you need company, I will be there. I will drop everything. I will drop high school.
I'm Kamala Khan.
But when I'm fighting crime on the streets of Jersey City, I go by Miss Marvel, and I hope that's okay, like copyright-wise, because honestly, I never thought I'd ever get to meet you, but now that it's happening, we're like touching each other. I've realized I should have asked permission.
Oh my god, we're a team. Is that you? Monica, you're so cute.
I mean, we found Nani's other bangle, and there's this weirdly beautiful but kind of terrifying woman using the other one to hurt people, and we have to stop her.
What is going on?
She makes Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 seem tolerable, but it's okay, her family are just as annoying.
You are not going on any space adventures. Nicholas has told me how dangerous they can be.
But look, she cheers up a little child scroll, so we can't hate her. No! Make her shut the fuck up.
Listen to me. You are chosen for a greater purpose.
Pissing off cinematic Venom.
I was born for this.
No, you really weren't. I mean, Captain Marvel is quite possibly the ugliest pair of shoes I've ever seen. I know it's got nothing to do with the review, and I know that they're Crocs, but just look at the design. Who designed these? Why would anyone pay money for them? Well, the answer to that question is my mother-in-law. These people exist. Of course, Brie Larson is just as bland and lifeless as ever. The weird thing is, she's not too bad in the opening scene, but here, when her friend is possibly in danger, she does nothing! Act an emotion, you bitch! At least she sorted out her Karen haircut, so silver lining, I suppose.
These people, they're gonna...
No, how could
Kamala, now! We need to save who we can.
Calm down, Brie. That read was almost good. Calm down.
I meant what I said. I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
Jesus Christ, she's so bad. I've heard she's pretty good in other films, so my question is, what the hell did the director do to her? She barely even resembles a person in these films.
Nobody cares more than Captain Marvel.
She should fucking act like it then. It's not even that she's monotone or robotic, she just can't do drama. Anytime she has to act a convincing emotion, she just can't do it.
The Kree have been ruled by an AI for a millennia that led them into a war. I thought the only way to stop it was to destroy it. But I just made it worse.
How the hell did she land the part? The stupid cat is back, and to be fair, it doesn't even do anything yet, but based on the last movie, anything it does is going to annoy me. And I hope you enjoy the joke of a cat vomiting or eating. Richard Pryor's rolling in his grave laughing. Rodney Dangerfield's in his room and he wished he wrote some comedy as genius as a cat vomiting. Chris Rock wishes he had the intellect to think of something as genius as a CGI cat going bleh. But at least it's not DC. Okay, there is a part where a bunch of kittens have to eat everyone on board the ship to save them, and this is actually pretty funny. But for the most part, the comedy is painful.
Is that it was siphoning off the atmosphere, and it did this.
Scissors be paper.
1, 2, 3, go.
Now, why would you say go if you're going on 3?
I'm aware.
The one-liners are painful.
Annihilation!
I don't like that name.
And I just don't care about the random loud action sequences. I'm just not invested. And I hope you love boring nonsense sci-fi mumbo jumbo.
Our joint exposure to these unsteady jump points and our susceptibility to electromagnetic energy, the reaction in your son's core has slowed. It needs an incredible amount of energy to jumpstart it, and that's what you have, Carol. Self-propagating singularity with negative mass and non-Newtonian topology.
I care what's going on. Not a single character is likable or interesting. At one point, the 3 heroes triple team the villain, and I don't give a fuck about any of them, which is a major problem. We get a backstory of the villain. That's it. We get a backstory of the villain. It's nothing interesting. It's there. Might make myself a sandwich, not sure. Bit of peanut butter. Maybe cheese. Ham and cheese. Oh, I might have pickle. You think I care when Kamala is plummeting to her death? Props for the special effects though, it looks great, but I'm just wishing for gravity to speed up the process. There's so much chaos going on and I just don't care. A perfect summary of the MCU now. I'm baffled that this is the shortest MCU movie and it still feels this fucking long. And of course they get the black woman to say this.
Damn!
film.
2023! Yeah, isn't this what you wanted to see in your superhero sequel?
Pleasure to announce to this lovely room full.
Because I sure did. How does a 100-minute movie have this much fucking filler? This is outrageous. Marvel was once on top of the world, ladies and gentlemen, and now here we are, looking like an episode of the goddamn Power Rangers. You telling me this isn't morphin' time? Even Monica's costume looks like the Power Rangers outfit.
Here's your scarf.
Oh yeah, the only thing more ridiculous than a whip is a fucking scarf. Look at this, you can almost see all of the money just being burned away on the screen in front of your very eyes. So much effort and time wasted on nothing. It looks great, but means nothing. Ah, but look, it's not a portal in the sky, it's a whirlwind in the sky. Completely different. I mean, they already created an unkillable superhero, which is incredibly boring, but now they've created 3 unkillable superheroes who can all jump and switch between the 3, so there's even less conflict. These movies suck!
You ever come in here with good news?
Wait, holy shit, it's Sauron! What's he doing here? We get the cliche of the hero trying to spare the villain, but what a shock, they double-crossed them because apparently we're in 2023 still writing stories like we're in 1981. I guess the special effects are pretty good, but then we get quite possibly the strangest climax I have ever seen. They managed to defeat Darben rather easily, actually. But then it's like they realised that the film was far too short, so somebody in the office was like, and then she accidentally rips a hole in space and time, so now they have to hype up how difficult it is to build up the energy to repair this hole, but then it's done incredibly easy again, but then Monica gets trapped. Oh no, let's go and try and save Monica. Oh wait, no, she's gone, but now she's stuck in X-Men land for some reason. The whole ending is so rushed, random, and right the fuck out of nowhere.
Come on, like you saved the world.
I mean, out of the 3, she did like the least amount of work, but alright.
I'm putting together a team.
Nobody gives a shit about it anymore, but we're gonna give it a try anyway. The Marvels is bad. Very, very bad. It's such a bizarre waste of time. I say that because it doesn't even feel like a planned movie. I'm not even sure what it is. I watched it. That's it, I watched it. It kills time in your life, I suppose. It's just a waste of a film that, in my view, barely even constitutes a film. But, at least, it's not DC.